Yeah, welcome back to episode 2. In this episode, we have the parts that we disassembled, but they're going to need some cleaning up. So the first step is to remove any of that old varnish that's on the surface. And I'm just using some paint stripper, a brush and a toothbrush and warm water to remove the original varnish. And it came off pretty easy. There's a few bits that I had to go over twice to get all the varnish off. And then I just let it dry in the sun and then sanded off the inside of all the parts that we disassembled in the last episode. And this gives us this nice smell of the camphor wood. Apparently they made these chests out of camphor wood because they protect the things that you put inside from insects. But camphor wood itself is quite light in color, and they stained them up darker, I think, to make them look more like teak wood chests, which are also carved in a similar way. So even though we're removing a lot of that stain in the cleaning up process, we'll be putting it back later on in refinishing it. So these are the two parts to make the front of the drawer. One originally belonged to the bottom of the chest and the other one originally belonged to the top of the chest. And we're going to join them together so that it still looks like a chest, but that it operates as a drawer front instead. And to do that, we'll use a drill and a dowel jig and some dowels and some glue. So the first step is clamping the top and the bottom together so I can put a mark for each of the dowels in the same place. And then using the dowel jig to drill holes for dowels in the top and the bottom. And then using glue and dowels and just fit it all together firmly and clamp it while that glue sets. And then do the same thing to the rest of the original camphor chest. So the bottom and the top are now joined together, and instead of opening from the top, we're going to open this sea chest from the front. Okay, and here are all the parts. We're going to let them set solidly overnight, but we still need to make some legs and we need to make the drawer itself. And in order to make the new legs and the drawer, we're going to use my old friend pallet timber. This is timber that I salvaged from old pallets, which would have otherwise ended up at the dump. And just using the table saw to, rip some of them long ways so that we get some braces and some drawer sides. These thinner ones are going to be braces and the wider ones will be sides for the drawer. And then ripping it the other way to make some square prism kind of pieces that we're going to use for the legs. But this timber was actually kind of rough. Don't need much of it, but we're going to have to cut out some of the warped bits and the knots and things like that. And I'm just using this sled to quickly chop out the bits that are usable and discard the bits that are not usable. Okay, and then just using the drop saw just to cut some little legs. It's only going to be a bedside table, so the legs don't have to be very long. And I'm just matching each of them up to the original leg and using that as a template to cut each one to the same size. Okay, and then these are braces. And stacking them one on top of the other means that they'll be the same size as well. And then finally cutting an angle or a bevel into each leg. And to do that, I'm just holding each leg up to a block that I have clamped in place and have the drop saw at a little angle. When you do this, it's really important to let the saw stop spinning completely in the down position before you lift it up. Otherwise, those little wedges can go flying. So here are all the bits that we cut out. We've got some legs and we've got some drawer sides, and we have the body and the front of the new camphor chest ready to assemble in the next episode. So see you then. Thanks for watching.